everyone. This is Merle M. Singer, the Relationship Miracle Worker. I'm an expert in all things relationship. Check out relationshipmiracleworker.com. I'm putting in the commercials right away. And then we'll get to the point of this Merle's Pearls of Business Wisdom. Merle's Pearls of Business Wisdom is my wisdom connected to business. And this, I like very much this topic that we're doing today. Hi, Anita. The topic we're doing today is the world around you changes when you change. First, you have to think about that and absorb that. The world around me changes when I change. What does that mean? If the world's a terrible place, how can I change? Because I'm responding to this terrible place. But it turns out that if I do change, if I just have a different perception, if I just have a different expectation, if I just have different actions, different words, then perhaps my world around me can change. Think about that. Because that means that you no longer have to be victimized. That means that when things are really crappy, and sometimes they are, let's face it, when they're really not doing so well, you can do something to change that. Now that's hard to figure out. So there's two things that's hard to figure out. One is that you actually have control, that you can actually change something. And then, hi Vern. And then the other thing that's really hard to think about and absorb is that, okay, if there's something I can do to change the world around me, it's hard for me to believe that. But if I believe that, then my question is, well, what can I do? What can I do? How can I change the world around me? It sounds unbelievable. It sounds as difficult as going to the moon, but we've gone to the moon, so I guess you can change the way you act or think or feel. And if you don't know, I'll give you some clues on what you can do to make changes in yourself or how you feel or what you believe to such an extent that the world around you changes. That sounds way more powerful than we can believe we have. But I'll give you an example from my own personal life. By now, unless you're new here, you know that I'm married. I've been married for, it'll be in September 14th. It will be 55 years. You're going to tell me that's unbelievable? Trust me, it's unbelievable. So how did I do that? How did we do that? Well, I have to tell you that in year 19, I was ready to throw in the towel. I mean, everybody gets divorced, so why shouldn't I be one of them? That gives you a clue of how I felt. So we went to a couples therapist, and it was okay. I'll tell you what I found out. I found out that my husband really loved me. He wanted to stay married, and he just, what can I do? And what should I say? You can become a famous artist. You can do all the things you have the potential for that I thought you would do. And then I realized, he is who he is, and it's not for me to tell somebody else how they need to be. But I was still miserable. I mean, never mind great insight, I was still miserable. And the one thing I had going for me was I didn't like being miserable. Some people kind of get used to it, but I really didn't like it. And so I wanted to change and said, okay, I'm going to change. If I can't do anything with this marriage, if I can't do anything with him, then I'll put him on the side. He'll be there when I get back. I wasn't going anywhere. It was just, my head was going somewhere. My head was going somewhere else. And my head was going, I want to be happy. Seems reasonable. Whatever I have in my marriage ain't doing it. Nice guy, but I'm not happy. So who am I going to ask? Billy Joe, Mary Jane? I mean, who am I going to ask? The only other person is me. So I said, okay, if I can't rely on him to make me happy, then I have to do it myself. And it actually sounds funny when I say it now. Rely on him how can you rely on anyone else to make you happy? But the fantasy is certainly, I know the fantasy that women have, that you get married and you're happy. Duh. So if that wasn't working, I have to do something else because I must make myself happy. I must be happy. I don't care how I get there. So I said, okay, I'm going to do something that makes me happy. And right away I said, okay, I don't know. I have no idea what makes me happy. Hadn't focused on it before. What should I do that will make me happy? And I want to tell you, blank, no idea. I'm a bright woman, so I knew doing nothing was going to get you nothing. So I had to take action. And if I didn't know what would make me happy so that I could take action on it, then I had to do something. What would I do? Okay, this is truly, honestly, I'm taking you right through how it worked in my head. Okay, if I can figure out what makes me happy, I'm going to do something I ever thought about. I mean, just anything. It doesn't matter. Anything is better than being miserable. So, okay, so what am I going to, well, what have I ever thought? Well, I thought about skydiving. And then I said, well, I'm not, later. Not right now. So what could I do that was a little less drastic? Well, what was it? One of my friends talked about joining Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a communication and leadership organization. It's international for those that don't know. You can look it up at Toastmasters.com or ToastmastersInternational.com. And so I said, well, I thought about it, so I'm going to do it. And I actually dragged a friend with me, and we tried a couple of different Toastmaster clubs, and then I ended up joining a club. And I love Toastmasters. Here's the secret. It made me happy. It actually made me happy. I said, oh, wow, I feel powerful. This is really cool. And so I said, well, what else did I ever think about? We don't know, what our thoughts will lead to. But what did I ever think? I thought about being active in my community. And so I became active in my community, um, and ended up as a civilian chair of the Hollywood community, police community. Oh God, I can't even say what it is now. I've got a plaque somewhere, and I was very active. Got a lot of things done, and felt wonderful. Then I said, home. What else? Well, I always wanted to be active in my synagogue. So I called up the rabbi and I said, Rabbi, there's this particular committee that I'd like to be on. And he said, what did you say your name was? I was not active in my synagogue before. But I went to the committee meeting, and on that first day of that committee meeting, I became the head of the committee and ended up as president of the synagogue. So I got really active, and I did all those things, and that was without knowing what would make me happy, just doing anything that I ever thought about. Turned out they were good things that I thought about because they made me happy. So what did I do? I was working at the time, and I would come home from work, and instead of saying, I said, hi, honey. I want to tell you, the first time I did that, he looked at me like, who is this woman who's acting so nice? And that let me know that a lot of, when you're unhappy, you create an environment of unhappiness. So when you change your internal environment, it changes your external environment. And when you change your external environment, the people in it are responding instead of to somebody that's smiling and loving. That's how you change your environment. And knowing that, if you know that that's true, then take that principle to work with you. And instead of being miserable at work, pick some piece of the work that's different from what you're doing now that you can do, and start working to see what you can do, how you can tweak where you have to be, how you can tweak it just a little bit so that it makes you happy. And if none of that works, listen. I am a believer in moving forward to happy. So if that doesn't work, then understand that your job is your job from 9 to 5 or whatever your hours are. And that make sure that you create a hobby, you create an after-work environment, life for yourself that just makes you feel so good that it spills over into the time when you're at work. That's power. That's power. And you know what's so powerful about it is you haven't asked one other person to do one thing for you. You haven't changed your environment. You've changed your internal environment. That's stunning. That is stunning that you have that power. It was stunning to me. I mean, that was year 19. So it was when it could have gone one way or the other. And this is what, 25, 26 years later, still married to the guy. And you can check him out. Patty, I do Thursday Thoughts with Merle and Patty wasn't there today. So it became Thursday Thoughts with Merle and Nady. And he's a kind of cool guy, actually. And he's a great artist. Nathan Singer Artist Gallery. Go check it out. And so that's it. That is how you can change the light, the world around you when you change. And when you change and you change the world around you, you change some more. It's catchy. It's catchy for you. It locks in those good thoughts and feelings that you have about yourself. So powerful, powerful, powerful. And you don't have to ask one other person. You don't have nobody's permission. Nobody, yes, but what he won't let me. Well, this, I can't do that. It's all up to you. And that gives you all the power. And it made such a difference in my life. And then it made me realize, how dare I even ask another person to make me happy? How dare I do that? It's not fair to him, and it's not responsible of me. I am the one to make me happy. You are the one to make you happy. Now, maybe that's too much work. And maybe that's too much responsibility. But maybe it's not. And the results are awesome. Let me tell you, the results are absolutely awesome. That's it. That's what I have to say for today. What should I say? Like me, follow me, relationshipmiracleworker.com. Go there, buy my book. I think it's somewhere in the background there. See that? I got 2 of them. Cracking the Relationship Code. You'll enjoy it. It's enjoyable reading. So see you next week, next Thursday. I will be here, and Thursday Thoughts with Merle and Patty. Patty will be there at 11. Any questions, any comments, please make them. Please contact me any way you wish. You can get a free session if you want. Relationshipmiracleworker.com. I forget what the slide. It'll tell you right there. Go to the website. Okay? Have a great day. Have a great week. And try this out and let me know how it works. Okay? Bye, everybody.